Looks like we get to have a little heifer talk this morning. And it looks like he's kind of being friendly. Hey, don't waste it, you dumbass. Really? If you got nothing bred, we know why. Anyway. Yeah, look who's right here to say good morning. Huh. Yeah. 325. You don't look like... No, you look like her, but you look too big for her. I was thinking that was big girl's kid because the way she looks, but it's not because she's not that big. Hey, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me, you brat. I didn't need shit off the back of your tag. Where do you stick your tag? Where did you stick your tag? Cowboy. Hey, cowboy. Look at me. Guess what? We just found out yesterday that apparently your tail hair checked out okay. You know, what, third frickin' time, fourth frickin' time, whatever. You know, God, it took them long enough to get back to say, oh, it was okay. We figured they quit saying anything because it wasn't. As they were pretty much told to, if you can't figure it out. So anyway, get these girls fed. And I went back out last night and messed with that tractor. I swapped that coupler piece on the line. Unfortunately, it has the same... Oh yeah, there's a little shit. Iceman! Yeah, too busy. He's got feet in front of him. I end up with the same core in it that leaked the last time around. And I actually had like 2 or 3 minutes of video on doing that and showing what I thought I found. And that came up 0000. So I pushed the button and nothing happened, I guess. But I think the inside of that was screwed up and not letting the valve shut, not letting the core close. I don't know what else to think. I really don't. And I went to put the one on there that was on it originally, that was a 90 degree. And when Ty cleaned it up, she took the rubber out of it. Well, it's a quad ring, and I don't have a quad ring. It's either quad ring or it's tapered. And I don't think a regular O-ring is going to work. What are you trying to do? Eat my feet? So, if it's still scooched, I got to make a trip to town and see what I can find. Oh, Cowboy's going to sneak up here. Okay, feed me, he says. I better do it, since they actually came in this morning. And, yeah, everybody over there is in, so hopefully all the calves came in. So don't chew on my shoe! You? Well, there's one twin right there. One with the yellow tag. And the far one over there looks to be the other one. Not all the calves are in here yet. I come up a little short with my count, but there's some in the feed barn. But anyway, kind of nice only having to feed in 2 spots and not having to feed over there. Of course, meant I had to put a little more in the buckets, but that's all right. Still feeding the same amount. And to make sure there's no calves out in the pasture. Well, take a look from here anyway. Grass is down low enough now, I hope. But I mean, the two that I'd have been most concerned about are in. Is the youngest two. And hey, guess what? It rained last night. They changed our forecast last night. I got one of those Google weather alerts last night, or messages, whatever. And they said, hey, it's going to rain in 44 minutes. And I said, oh, really? And a little while later, I checked my weather app, and boy, they sure changed it. They brought the rain up by 2 days. And yeah, well, we'll believe this when it happens. So a little while later, I went on my app and clicked on the radar, and I went, it's already rained up at Ty and Maury's. Really light green on the radar, so I told Becky, I said, oh, looks like we're going to rain here by 11 o'clock. That was at 5 after 10, 10 after 10, something like that. A couple minutes later, it was actually raining. We heard like 20 drops hit the roof of the trailer. I don't know what it's done since then. I just know that it's damp out here. I mean, it's not wet by any means. How much of the cow lot looking damp is from the dew and how much is from the rain. Anyway, that's enough gabbing. I'm going to finish filling buckets.
Ooh, good morning. You want to give everybody a big hug? We'll give everybody a big hug? A big hug?
Okay, there she is. Trying to work my way to the shop this morning, and I totally forgot to shut the feed barn lights off this morning. And I come through after playing with Blakely for a bit and grabbing some breakfast. Saw a calf in the lane. Kind of looked like it might have been one of the twins from here. I couldn't tell before. I could just tell it was a calf in the lane. So I called Ty and I said, grab the bike. I'm right here. I'll open the gate. So now the calf is no longer in the lane. And this is our day so far. It vacuumed and vacuumed and vacuumed. So, trying it again. It kind of worked pretty good yesterday to get it in. I mean, I usually flip the bottle upside down a few times. What I learned yesterday and the day before, Googling stuff, and if that's plugged in, it stays on. Running on the batteries, it shuts off after 90 seconds. That was kind of a pain in the butt. Because then I'd have to keep picking this up and setting it down. You pick it up, the liquid would slosh, and then it took a minute to settle down before you get an accurate reading again. And I got about another pound to go, which I might have to fire the tractor up for. I don't know yet. We'll find out. Started out at 70 degrees in here. Actually, that's what it was in the shop. That's what the thermometer said before I put it in. And 39.7 now. So hey, that's good. My experience converting compressors, or playing with compressors anyway, the rotary compressors seem to do a better job cooling. The 3545 Massey has similar compressor. I think it's a different model, but same thing. And we get 30 degrees difference in there when everything's working right. And most people say, oh, you do good if you can get 20 degrees. And I mean, with the exception of this tractor with that compressor, everything else we can usually get over 20 degrees different, even though the Case IH still have the same compressor. But anyway, I am going to try all this crap again. Now that I just wiggled the shit out of it, the scale worked great with it plugged in. I started out 16.2, well, 16 pounds, 2 ounces. Needed to end up at 12.6, and that's where I'm at. I put 2 pounds in with it upside down, and it kind of slowed down, so I fired it up and jumped the compressor, which I probably didn't have to, but at least it keeps it from trying to shut itself off, and put the rest in as vapor. Right or wrong, I don't know. But both of these are currently shut off. I ain't doing this on camera because I'm going to have both hands with gloves that wrapped over it, so if it does go anywhere, I don't get to wear it. And we'll see what happens. Oh, and here's what I ended up with for pressures this morning because it's cooler out. We're, about 12 or 13 pounds on the low side, 175 on the high side. I think it was a little higher with it running. But you see, until I unhook and drain lines on these, those gauges are going to show that. But for right now, everything is turned off until I get them unhooked. We're going to say, hopefully, success. That didn't leak. The only thing I got was the pressure that was still in that hose. At first I thought, oh shit. And when I went to put it back on, it was done. So but this one was trying to bubble a little. So, but then it kind of quit. Hopefully that's good. Because I didn't change the core in this. This is the one that come with the pump. And I did not change the core. And I'm not sure why it was showing something there. We'll find out. We'll get it cleaned up. And hate to have to change that line again because that's a new line. Well, 5 years old, maybe 6 years. No, I think Dad was still around, so we'll say 6 or 7 years old, I guess. Either way, this one's the original, and it seems fine. So there you have it. What I can show you. And yeah, sometimes it's not long enough. At least this one, that's right there and started right there, and I can get on it. Because, you know, little tricks you learn. I did it before. That's from your control in the cab. I've done it before just with that. Well, until there's enough pressure with this one, if there's not enough pressure in the system, there's no power to that to get here. And everybody that's ever changed one around here is, you know, when they come out, I've always put a jump wire on. And so this is the one I keep in my box. And I think I'm going to see what Hobo Freight has for a box, because this one, my gauges end up sitting funky, and they got to sit just perfect or you can't close the box. And frankly, I get too much crap to put in there. This is just under 9 inches wide and 19 inches long. And I measured earlier, I guessed earlier. If I got an 11-inch wide box, probably end up being 12 inch. So they're all the way in there. And then everything but the bottle will fit, including the scale. So it's something I'm seriously thinking about. The next step for this thing is it's going to go down and get degreased, because, you know, Freon and the oil, it's basically from here to here, just like that. And you know, these things, if you get it clean, keep them clean, these engines will run cooler, where they're shrouded all the way and they don't have airflow across them, because all the dust still comes into them. And if the dust isn't there, it don't stick to shit. Well, if the oil isn't there, the dust doesn't stick to it. Oh, anyway, success at the moment. Hopefully it's not an issue later. Well, I just happened to cross a nest. I can't see the camera because of where the light is, but I'm assuming you can see Mommy. And I'm assuming you can see the eggs. It's okay, Mama. So I will leave her alone and take note that they are there. I came back here and I saw where is it? Oh, come on. Huh. They dug a nest out there but didn't use it. So now we know where the nest is. We will be keeping an eye on that. I'll put something out here to mark it because where it's at. Blakely. Hey, turkey butt. Somebody just got a Team DP put on. And she's getting ready to go up to Ty and Maury so she can see Maury. And then we won't see her until Monday. Huh. Tomorrow. Yeah, unless something weirdo goes on over the weekend. We won't see her till Monday. You like that? So, yeah, one tractor's done. I gotta put the side panels back on. They better still be holding. And get the other one in there. And start it in, I guess. But it's warm out. It's only 72 out there, but God, it's humid today. Feels like it's 80. But we're going to let little turkey butt here go home. Yeah.
She's had a rough day.
She had a roughy day. I think she's got a little snot going, and she got a little warm the last few days when it's been really hot. So some things, after they were in her tummy for a little while, chose to come back the wrong way. She kind of has a soupy milk smell, and she picked all over her tie earlier, so tie smells like that. Yeah.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye. What, not going to say bye-bye?
Can I get kisses?
At least we get smiles. Okay, well.
Love you, Bobo.
Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye to everybody.
Say hey, girl, hey.
Oh, well.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, it's been a week. You've seen her walk this week, so maybe next week she'll wave bye-bye better. Hey, look, this one's in here now. If you notice how caked with shit the pump is, and then we look at the rest of the engine, there is nothing anywhere. Engine's clean. Well, it's dusty. But the only thing covered in shit is the pump. And I was thinking this was on the other side. It's not. It's on this side. Actually, it's almost in the middle. Real close to in the middle. And I gotta, I guess, figure how I got it now. I know what they do. The plate that comes with this mounts on this plate. So you just put the compressor in a little different direction. And then hopefully those lines make it to where they need to make it. Otherwise I could be upset. And this one's kind of like the other one. The low side is the original hose, and the high side's been replaced. But this one, set this thing out of the way someplace. Put it there for now. Look, it's right there. Not that it's the easiest thing to get to, being where it's at. You know, you got the latch and the hood and racing, but it's right here. However, the expansion valve is still up there, and on this we got to take the mirror brackets off because they're bolted in. The bolts they use to hold the roof on are tapped 1/2 inch in the center. Let's see if we can see it on this back one and get in a better light. Hole in the middle. I mean, makes it great for putting anything on the outside of the cab. Really does. So first thing to get in up there is to take the mirrors off, then pull those 4 off, then get the plastic off the top. Then you can access the metal panel underneath it. Then it's kind of like getting into the other one. Except this one, the fenders come a little farther forward, like you can reach to the front without killing yourself. And of course, all my stuff's over here, and I need it over there. This is also a wider front end too, with the wheels dished out. It's just over 9 foot outside, maybe a little more. The rear, I believe, is 8 foot on the outside. And now that I'm thinking about it, you're going to make me think here, aren't you? What do we got? 41 inches from there. I've got to keep fumbling here. 41 and 23 would be 64. Yeah, hey, 41 there. So, yeah, there you go. And 99.9% sure the back is 8 foot. So, yeah, it's 9 plus, I guess. You do the math, tell me. So yeah, I was thinking I had to get it on this side to do anything, but no, I don't. And the way that's mounted also explains why the come with the adjuster link on the other, and the belt, because it may be a different belt, maybe a shorter belt, or maybe a longer belt. So I don't know. That would also explain why I think it's a different compressor, because space provided shorter, maybe. Oh, come on. Cord hanging up on everything. I don't know for sure if it's a different compressor. Oh yeah, it's a lot shorter. Whole lot shorter. Like probably 2 inches shorter than the other one. And it's specific instructions. Well, probably says the same thing. Just shows the specific parts of the kit. Oh, anyway, let me get started on it. I ain't gonna get very far today, though. Dang, I didn't touch it. Ended up doing a couple other things instead, so work on it tomorrow. Get Ty in here to help get the top off, because, yes, I'll change the expansion valve. And one thing I do know about on these, because when this was converted to 134, I don't know if the kit didn't come with it or what. Maybe it did, but it didn't work very long. The guy that did it knew what he was doing. Problem is, the fittings up there for the expansion valve are a tube fitting or like a JIC fitting. And I know it's in here, I just don't know if I can find it quick. Like that. That's not the expansion valve, that's for the top of it. Why do they only throw one of those in there? I know it's in here. Anyway, you know what I mean on the type of fitting. And usually those are metal to metal connections. There's a copper, like looks like a Bellevue washer, but it's not a spring type washer, it's just a convex washer that goes in them to seal them, since they don't use rubber O-ring in them. So I know I have to use those up there or it won't seal. Must be in with the compressor in that part of the box. Better be, because I know it was there. And I don't know, maybe I'll use that other valve that come with it. It's kind of funny, there's only one though. And Rodney Middleton mentioned on the other tractor that he takes the adapters off, the couplers. On this one, that's screwed right into here. But this is a valve right here. There's your valve stem. We need to clean it up and put a little lube on the outside, because they get a little stiff. It's got a flat piece in there that works back and forth. It's cone on each side to seal, so you can run it all the way out and it seals this, so it's not connected with this. Or you run it all the way the other way and it seals here, so you can actually seal this line off separate from the pump. You can do both of those and then take your pump out and not lose anything. I don't know how much is in here because I got to charge the damn thing every year anyway, so there probably ain't much. Usually what happens is when we fire it up and hook the baler up, oh, it seems good, until we get to the neighbors across the road, which is usually the first place we make small bales. And I mean, on the first round, you're sweating your ass off. So anyway, start on this tomorrow. And I don't know how bad you can see in here. Too much reflection. Most of the interior of this cab is toast. And we need a new door seal on the other side, so I'm kind of in the process of looking that up. Looks like about $300 for the kit now. The only door seal I found was in a kit. It's a door seal, window seal, and the back window seal, and it's like $176. What the hell? Just more money. But this poor girl needs it inside. Oh yeah, and I forgot. We broke that antenna off. So while that's in here, get another antenna on it. Broke that off, backing it in the barn and catching the rafters. Oops. Anyway, thanks for watching. And I'll show you what I can to do in this one.